Okay. Welcome to the lesson where we're going to get the right permissions before connecting GA4 to BigQuery. This is technically pretty easy, so don't get overwhelmed. But if you're working on a team, it can sometimes be a pain to find the right person to give you the access that you need. So we're going to try to make this video as painless and as shareable as possible. So to start, you need one user to have two sets of permissions. The first is an editor or hire in GA4, and the second is an owner permission on the Google Cloud project. Now, if you've just created the Google Cloud project for the first time, you should already be good to go. But to make sure, let's dive in on both sides. We're going to start by opening the Google Analytics 4 interface. From this interface, you'll click the gear icon at the bottom left, and then you're going to select Property Access Management. If you're not seeing the options to add or manage users, you're not an admin, and that means you'll have to ask your admin to update your permissions to do this or do it for you. If your admin doesn't want to grant you the permissions, share a link over to this video for clear instructions on what needs to be done and why you're asking. Now, for me, I'm an administrator on my account, but let's take a quick peep at what the other roles are so you get a sense for what you are asking for or what you are granting if you're granting somebody else editor permissions. I'm going to click into my user and we can see what an editor can do. As an editor, you can edit data and settings for the property. These are things like the display currency, the time zone, the attribution settings, but you cannot manage users. All right. If you need to add a user, you can do that from this screen by hitting the plus button at the top right-hand side. Again, make sure that they have editor permissions. Now you've got an editor in GA4. We're going to switch over and do the Google Cloud side. Okay, go to console.cloud.google.com and make sure that the right project is selected from the project selector. Navigate to IAM and admin. Again, if you don't see that option, you don't have the necessary permissions to even see permissions. Guess what? Time to ask your admin. Again, don't hesitate to share this video to let them know how to do this and what you're asking for. If you're working on configuring an existing Google Cloud project, you've got three options. You can make a Google Cloud project owner a GA4 editor or hire. This is a common route if the project owner is already handling all things GA4, or that's a lower set of permissions in your organization than Google Cloud permissions. Option number two, you can make an existing GA4 user with editor permissions or higher a Google Cloud owner. This works well if your GA4 user is trusted with cloud management duties. And sometimes you've created a cloud project just for this purpose, and so it's okay to give a GA4 user cloud management responsibilities for just this project. Option number three is you can create a new user just for this task or use a machine or a shared user account. Some organizations prefer to do that, to create a machine or shared user account to handle these connections. While we won't dive into the security implications of that today, it is an option to consider, particularly if you're trying to keep consistency over potential users changing roles and responsibilities at a company over time. Okay, so you can either edit in existing users' permissions with the pencil button, or you can press the plus grant access button to start with a new user. I'm going to show you the view from the new user side. You'll add the email address that you'd like to add. And then under the role selection, you'll select the role owner and go ahead and click create. I'm clicking cancel because I don't want to create an actual user now. Now you have a user in GA4 and with editor permissions or higher, and in Google Cloud, in specifically the project that you want to have the destination be, as an owner. Voila, you are done. In the next video, we're going to make the actual connection. So grab your admin if needed, and I'll see you there.